The second leg takes the rally back south to Laganissi by roughly the same route as leg 1, but in reverse. The roadmen have been at work again on the famous Meteora stage, and almost overnight, certainly since the road book was prepared, the first 3.5 kilometres are now clothed in brand new asphalt. Salonen has a buffer and can dictate the pace, knowing that in a straight race Blomqvist cannot beat him. Nevertheless, Stig tries as only Stig can, and this sort of treatment tests the car's transmission to the limit. 500 horsepower through 4 wheels can lay a lot of rubber for sure. Ingvar Carlsson still leads the conventional car rally. In 4th place, Shekhar Mehta. Mehta comes to Greece because apart from his home safari event, this is the only championship rally which favours the long-distance man. Not for him the sprint events of Scandinavia, or the lottery of the RAC in Britain's November fog. Now the second of the works Mazdas, in the hands of Achim Warmbold from West Germany. Al-Hajjari has slipped to 6th. The previous evening, his window winder had jammed beneath the clutch pedal, making gear changing almost impossible and causing a loss of some 4 minutes. Italian Mauro Pregliasco in the second West Lancia lies 7th, 40 seconds behind the Porsche. Kleint has retired his Golf with a broken drive shaft, leaving Wittmann in command in Group A and 8th overall. Jigger has now pulled up to 12th. He's going well now, but will be forced out later in the morning when his fuel tank ruptures and he's brought to a stop in the stage. Straticinio leaves on the second leg in 13th spot. Another driver with a nom de plume, Melas, 14th in an aging Lancia rally. On now to Vitali, one of the roughest sections on the leg. Blomqvist has changed his gearbox and incurred road penalties and is now 5 minutes adrift. Ingvar Carlsson again, still 3rd. Mehta battled throughout the day for 3rd spot. Saeed Al-Hajjari struggles to make up his lost time. Warmbold, determined to finish, leaves the attacking to his teammate Carlsson. The West team is headed by Pregliasco, just in front of teammate Zanussi, delayed by punctures and throttle control troubles. He climbs up into the hills from Vitali before facing the staircase of boulders on the road down to Suka. The entire Nissan team is still intact and running reliably, without a single problem. Franz Wittmann has a 10-minute lead in Group A, and not surprising, judging by the slow speed of this Audi 80 Quattro. South now to Iter, on the north shore of the Gulf of Corinth, a busy dispatch point for bauxite shipped to the aluminium smelting plants of the world. The appropriately named Bauxite Way Stage and the reddest dust in Greece. The pace is hotting up as the flowing bends encourage a tail-out style. Or is it the thought of bed in Laganissi, just 6 hours away? Pregliasco showing evidence of a brush with the unforgiving Greek scenery. Greek national champion George Moussous. This is the last we shall see of Zanussi. After an event full of trouble, he retires with broken suspension all round. East now to Prodromos, and another rough one. Salonen has a 7-minute lead. Kiakion nestles in its lonely valley, reflecting the evening sunshine as Blomqvist continues his relentless chase, waiting for Salonen or his car to snap. A typical Acropolis dusty hairpin brings out a variety of styles in the Nissan camp. Top Greek driver again, George Brissous. His reputation intact now that the young pretender to his crown, Jigger, is out of the event. Mike Kirkland lying in 8th place. Before the rest, a stop in Athens, where as much service as possible is carried out, as once the cars are into parked fairway, no further work is allowed to be done. Service time is grabbed to re-prepare the cars for the final night of leg 3. We asked Timo Salonen what conditions the roads were in.
No, you know, it was not difficult, but this and the next one, they have very bad condition, those roads, very rough, and we go very slowly in through, and then we go.
You have a large margin, of course, at the moment, so you can afford to take it steady and make certain you get through.
Yes, it's stupid to go flat out now and maybe break the car, you know.
Right.
It's smart.
Right.
As long as we have this gap between Blomqvist, a few minutes.
Yeah. All the best for the night anyway. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Wednesday evening, and after 20 hours of rest, the crews are thoroughly refreshed and ready for the final leg. This goes to the south and west through the Peloponnese. A grueling trip over the Parnon Massif is the sting in the tail of this towering event. Stig can still only apply the pressure and hope it is sufficient to push the leader into making a mistake. No such worries for Ingvar Carlsen. He's nearly half an hour behind, and he now has the measure of Mater behind him in the race to win the two-wheel drive rally. After the first of the night stages, Blomqvist arrives for service.
You're never a man to be happy with second. What have you got to do tonight to get back on terms?
Not much. Just a long night driving.
You must have to keep the pressure going, though.
Yeah, okay, try a little bit, but it's still too far behind to make him any nervous, I think.
The problems with the car yesterday, was that because you were having to go so hard to stay on terms?
No, nothing with that to do, really. It was some funny problem, really.
You seem to be going a lot quicker than he was most of the time, certainly when we saw you.
But then you have some problems. You lose minutes and half a minute somewhere, and then
What sort of stages are there for this last night?
No, they are quite good. They are some is a little bit rough, but most of them are quite good.
So, you're looking forward to the night anyway?
No, okay, it's not so interesting really, but okay, we have to do it anyway.
Isn't it difficult to get back in the groove after such a long rest? Would you rather we started earlier in the day for the last leg?
No, it's no problem.
No problem?
No.
Anyway, enjoy your night. Thank you.
Early morning in the Peloponnese, and the 45 crews left from the 110 which started from Athens 4 days earlier struggled to keep their eyes open in the dusty half-light. Al-Hajri is still there in his raucous Porsche. The incredible reliability of the Nissans means a 100% finishing record. All 4 cars will reach the end of Glyfada. For the local drivers further down the field, more light means more heat and a further tap on their diminishing energy resources. Permazoglu has competed in almost every Acropolis, and his finishing record is incredible. He's now 72 years old and will make the finishing line again, this time in 21st position. Parnon has been crossed, and with just 2 stages to go, Timo Salonen knows that short of an entirely unforeseen disaster, the event is his, with more valuable points in his championship quest. Blomqvist never gives up though, and the asphalt start to the 14-kilometre Malavis stage gives him another opportunity to display the incredible grip and acceleration from the 500 brake horsepower machine. A little rain dampens the air, but not enough to seriously affect times. Not unless you're driving a service barge, that is. A momentary lapse in concentration after a tiring night, a greasy surface, and you're over. Wittmann's service crew can only smile in embarrassment, not knowing that one of the Peugeot barges came to a similar fate just a few miles down the road. With the Greek elections choking Athens, the finishing line this year was moved to Glyfada, and Group A winner Frans Wittmann is delighted, despite his mechanics problems. But for Salonen, his first ever Acropolis win, after a trouble-free and rarely threatened run.
Timo, did at any time you feel you weren't going to win, or was it pretty straightforward?
You know, I felt, of course, because we were leading, but I was worried all the time that if something happened, you know.
What was the biggest worry?
You know, in car always, because by driving I know that never Blomqvist can catch me. But you know, always the cars.
You've now got a very commanding lead in the championship. How are you going to play the rest of the season?
I do my best, and now of course I try to be world championship.
Well, many congratulations. We hope you make it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.